Okay, I'm going to shoot this video while I do this cardio. So if y'all hear a little hum in the background, that's my elliptical machine. I just got done with the strength part of my routine. Now I'm doing my cardio. So while I'm doing my cardio, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this video that I tried to make 3 times yesterday, and I couldn't get my computer to act right. So here it is. There is a guy on YouTube called Afro Think Tank. Good brother. I listen to him a lot. He's a Pan-Africanist. And he has a problem with the term FBA, Foundational Black Americans. He don't like Foundational Black Americans as a descriptive term for black people in America. He don't like that. He came down on Tariq Nasheed, the guy who coined the term Foundational Black Americans, and I kind of agree with him on that part, because I ain't no big fan of Tariq Nasheed either, even though every once in a while I go over to his channel and listen to him go back and forth with, some of the knuckleheads. But here is what I think about the whole situation. Now, I am old enough to remember the tail end of the Civil Rights Movement. I came up through the 1970s and 80s, mainly the 1970s. I graduated from high school 50 years ago, so do the math. And back then, we had a version of Pan-Africanism that was pretty goddamn good, pretty solid. I mean, black people from the diaspora would come over here, team up with us, join in the struggle. That was good. Something happened in the 1980s and 90s that changed all that. Something happened in the 1980s and 90s that changed all that. Black people from other parts of the world, all of a sudden, they didn't want nothing to do with black Americans. It got so bad until black people from other parts of the world started talking about, they started sounding like the white people over here, talking about how lazy we are and how we don't take advantage of opportunity. We don't know how good we have it here, and all of that bullshit. Because they was listening to them white folks. You see, because white people, if they hear that you speak with an accent, they start opening up on black Americans. And the black people that made it here, a lot of them had money. They believed that shit. The white boy here, you would have a little Jamaican accent or Trinidadian accent or Nigerian accent or Ghanaian or South African accent or something. They start talking about black Americans like, we second-class citizens, we lazy, all the same old stereotypes that everybody else say. Like I say, it got so bad until nobody wanted anything to do with black Americans. So, having that as a backdrop, 2 people, Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore, came up with the term American descendants of slavery as a way of differentiating ourselves from other people in the diaspora. Because, it was us against everybody. We had to do something. So Tariq Nasheed comes along, and he hears about it, and he ain't never been one to let a good idea go by without trying to co-opt the shit and make it his own and make money off of it. That's Tariq Nasheed. And he coined the term Foundational Black Americans, because ADOS, that wasn't his. That wasn't good enough. Then he started dogging out Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore and, just take over the whole movement. So that's where the term foundational Black Americans came from. And a lot of people start adopting that phrase because Tariq Nasheed has a broad reach. And, he kept pumping that shit out there. And people started buying it and believing that that was the correct term to use. Now, I ain't mad at the description. I ain't mad at none of that, because we do need to separate ourselves a little bit, because we are a unique group of people. Having said that, fast forward to now, you got a brother at Afro Think Tank calling foundational Black Americans a xenophobic hate group. Well, over here at IOBA, I'm neither xenophobic nor am I a member of anybody's hate group, but I am descended from the killing fields of the American South. Matter of fact, I'm old enough to have been out there in them fields before the migrants got there. Yes, we was doing it before the migrants got there. We would go to the bean field or the apple orchard or the potato patch or whatever needed to be harvested and earn our money. But we weren't going to stay out there. We started getting factory jobs and migrating to the north and migrating to the east and educating ourselves and wanting to get paid a decent wage for that hard-ass work. And so the white boys found out that they could get migrants to come up here and do it from the Caribbean, from Mexico, from other parts of the world, and they'll do it for that little bit of money we used to do it for. So they started calling us lazy. But anyway, I used to do that shit. I was there. My daddy was there, my mama was there, my uncle was there, my brothers and sisters, we was all out there in the fucking fields doing that shit. We don't do that no more. But that is what a foundational or American descendant of slavery is. That's me, that's us. And if anybody had any hate, the hate was coming at us. So we are not a xenophobic hate group. Matter of fact, if you look on the internet, you can find all kinds of videos where black people from other parts of the world talk about how dysfunctional Black Americans are. All the hate was coming our way. But if you look at me as an example, me personally, over here at IOBA, check TC out, that's me, you'll see that I have Rastafarian beads around my neck. I wear African symbols on my shirts. I have a Jamaican flag in my car. My wife is from Trinidad and Tobago. It don't get no more of a diaspora person than me. It really don't. I've been down with African culture since I realized that that's where I really came from. But the Africans that came over here weren't trying to fuck with me. And that's how it was. So if there's any xenophobia going on, it was them coming at us. But to keep shit on a positive note, that tide seems to be shifting a little bit. Black people around the world are waking up to who the true, I hate to use the term devil, who the true culprits are in this. And we are starting to unify and realize that we are being pitted against one another. And when one person calls a whole group of people, one of the most powerful groups in the world, African Americans, a xenophobic hate group, well, that don't help the situation at all. At all. If you mad at, and this is for Afro Think Tank, if he see this video, because he got like 60, 70,000 subscribers. Me, I got, I'm less than 15,000 50,000 subscribers. If he ever see this video, he got to understand that shit don't help the situation at all. Be Pan-Africanist, but don't be putting up shit like that on your platform, because that only reinforces what white people think. We can't stick together even in the worst of times. So that's it for now, y'all. I'm gonna finish up my workout. And thanks for coming by and checking me and listening to me talk my shit. I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.